6.2 and 6.3. We're going to cover two sections at a time here, graphs of systems of linear inequalities. A system of linear inequalities is a set of two or more inequalities that are graphed on the same plane. The intersection of their solution regions represents the solution set of the system. Let's look at an example. A company makes two types of boats, aluminum and fiberglass. With both assembly lines going, at most 20 boats can be made in a day. The demand for fiberglass boats is higher than the aluminum boats, so the company makes at least 5 more fiberglass boats than aluminum boats per day. What combinations of boats should the company make each day? Let X be the number of aluminum boats, let Y be the number of fiberglass boats. X is in the whole numbers because we can't have half of a boat and we can't have a negative boat, and Y is also in the whole numbers for the same reason. The set is discrete and is in the first quadrant. It's discrete because we can't have 1 and a half. It's in the first quadrant because we can't have negative 1. So X plus Y is less than or equal than 20 because the maximum boats produced each day is 20. X plus 5 is less than or equal to Y because there are at least 5 more fiberglass boats than aluminum boats produced per day. We can either hand graph this or use a graphing calculator. I'm going to use a graphing calculator. So I need to solve both inequalities for Y. Y is less than or equal to negative X plus 20 and Y is greater than or equal to X plus 5. I'm going to graph using my graphing calculator. Use my fantastic TI-83, turn it on, go to Y equals, clear, and enter my data values. Okay, so I've entered my first line into my Y equals. Now I have to figure out, is it going to be above or below the line that's going to be graphed? So I'm going to graph this. 0, 0 is below the line, so let's test and see whether 0, 0 is in our solution set. 0 is less than or equal to negative 0 plus 20. Is 0 less than or equal to 20? Yes. So 0, 0 is going to be in my solution set. So 0, 0, and that was below the line. So go back to Y equals, arrow over, and I want to do below the line. There we go. Next one. I'm going to plug in my equation for the second inequality. So I've plugged in X plus 5. I'm going to hit graph. So now I need to test whether or not 0, 0 is going to be in the solution set for this line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, go back to my Y equals X plus 5. Is 0 greater than or equal to 5? Well, no. So 0, 0 is not going to be included, so I know it's going to be above the line. So I changed that in Y equals to be above the line. I graphed it. So the overlap is going to be my solution set. The combination will be any whole number set in quadrant 1, because it can only be positive, remember, within the overlap or the intersection of lines, because the set is discrete and involves equality. So anything on those lines, those boundaries, will count as a solution as well.